quarterback play was so bad. Watching them play, it looked like they gave up offensively.
It did, and I think that will help. But Mike Tomlin, he can stop a lot of stuff, but you're right, it does take two in this case.
No, I mean, I feel like I'm the one that is positioned as like the non-believer in this situation when I'm not. But also, like, someone has to be realistic about these expectations because you are hearkening back to like championship level teams like every year is considered. This is a different NFL and this is a different AFC.
If you had said, I mean, I remember this. You were on the team.
Yes, I was.
When Brett Favre left the Jets and he retired and then they drafted Sanchez and he forced their hand, he came back and he got to be a free agent, went to Minnesota. Did we expect him to go 12-4? Did we think that? Did he look like a guy who was ready to have a bounce-back season and be what I thought he was that year, which was the MVP of the league?
No.
He didn't look like that.
No.
Greeny, I think the problem is the expectations are so much higher in Pittsburgh. Like, we're not making the playoffs won't be a success for them. They're going to have to win a couple playoff games.
Right.
And you know who they're going to have to beat in the playoffs? They're going to beat teams that have quarterbacks that are going to do more than just come up big every now and then. They're going to have to beat the likes of Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, those type of guys. And I think that's where I think I'm tempering expectations. Will they be a successful team? Yeah. Will they make the playoffs? Probably. Will they win a playoff game? That's all anyone in Pittsburgh cares about. That's where I get nervous.
If Aaron Rodgers is still standing when the season ends, if he is healthy, I will tell you right now, they will win a playoff game this year. All right, it's time for a segment we call What Does D. Fox Say? Here we go, Neek. Let's start with this. If I say Travis Hunter should only play one position and that position is defensive back, what does D. Fox say?
I would ask you, why do you hate amazing? And I would probably say that you didn't believe that we should go to the moon. You were against Apollo 11, I believe. Like, awesome sometimes, awesome for the sake of awesome is worth it. We've never seen this before, so let's let Travis Hunter shoot for the stars.
All right, next one. If I say Cam Ward will transform the Titans franchise in year one, what does D. Fox say?
I'd say you're absolutely right. We've seen it happen more and more often, I think, in recent seasons. The last few seasons, we've had Jaden Daniels, we've had C.J. Stroud, we've had guys come into this league and change the franchise right away. We see with what Cam Ward is bringing down there seems to be a culture shift, and he has the incredible talent to back it up. I'm high on his future and the future down there in Tennessee.
And I got one more in the Giants, last one. If I say Abdul Carter will win Defensive Rookie of the Year, what does D. Fox say?
I say it's a safe bet. I think he has the talent. He has the defensive line around him, so he won't get doubled or game planned against. And I think he's in the city of New York where he's going to get a little bit more attention. The one question I have is how many opportunities he's going to get sacks if that offense can't put up numbers. But I'm feeling a little bit more confident about what they have happening at the quarterback position. So I think it's a good, safe bet to say Abdul Carter is going to be the defensive rookie.
A division where weird things are going on in a lot of places. You never know what the Giants are capable of doing. So much football on the menu all morning long. But let me take you next to the performance of the night. Let's go to the WNBA, shall we? Paige Bueckers' spectacular. The Wings visiting the Sparks, and Bueckers would have a night to remember. Pick it up in the third quarter. Dallas is up by 4, and here's Paige Bueckers looking for 3 more. It's a 7-point lead, and Bueckers had 31 through 3. Under 5 minutes to go. Now the Wings are down by 1, but more from Paige Bueckers, the spectacular rookie from Connecticut. In the painted area, the reverse is good. Dallas back in front. 3.5 to go. Bueckers again. Mid-range. She's at 41. Dallas up by 1. Next possession, Paige bringing it up. Mid-range again. Dallas up by 3. Just over a minute to go. We're tied at 79, and take a look at what happens in the paint here. Kelsey Plum, no good. Rakia Jackson, a jump ball winds up being called. We got pushing, we got shoving, and in the end, we got a technical foul on Jackson that will send Bueckers to the line. She finishes with 44 points, tied for the most ever by a first-year player in WNBA history. But here's how it ends. Final seconds of the game, LA down by 1. Kelsey Plum. Remember, she's left-handed. And then the one-handed put shot for the win. Look at her just right there as the buzzer goes off. She spoils the huge night from Bueckers. Sparks survive. They beat the Wings 81-80. But the story continues to be Paige Bueckers, her rookie season, spectacular, averaging nearly 20 points a game, shooting 47% from the floor. And as you look at those numbers lined up with what Caitlin Clark did a year ago, they compare favorably indeed. All right, we are rolling along. Coming up, we have learned this lesson before about Patrick Mahomes and company. And so 274, who was a prohibitive favorite, was the obvious winner there. I mean,
they sneak in English words. I'm confused.
I don't know.
All I know is, damn it, the show got to go on the road to the Iowa State Fair.
I don't care what else happens.
I need that.
John Fink, coordinating producer, sitting back there. I don't care what it says in the budget next year. We are doing Get Up Live from the Iowa State Fair. I need to be a part of this action.
Do you bring your own hogs?
I don't know.
I don't think there are any hogs.
Oh, this guy's
He called me, so that's how you win. It draws out the hog and the judges.
Okay. Let's try somehow to segue from that to this. Let's play a game called Take the Bet. AFC edition, we'll do the NFC in our second hour. We perused the ESPN Bet Sportsbook and found some things that stood out. Did you know that the Kansas City Chiefs are not the favorites to win the AFC this year? Baltimore and Buffalo are. Kansas City not far behind, but we are right now at ESPN's Bet Sportsbook. They are the third favorite in the AFC. Are we sleeping on KC?
I mean, I think they're going to be better than they were last year. And with some protection, we might see the return of the true Patrick Mahomes now that it seems they got the O-line figured out. But it's just too many good quarterbacks in that division, I think, to not take the field. So, like, if you're offering Kansas City or the field, like, I'm going to take
I'm offering you
Josh
Buffalo or Baltimore or Kansas City.
I think I'm still going to go with the teams that I think are more talented, even than the Chiefs, either Buffalo or Baltimore, which I know sounds crazy given their track record.
I mean, what you'll see in the pick bar, I am also so torn. I think I picked the Chiefs
You can
with
put the picks
my
up, yeah.
heart, but the Bills with my head. Because here's the thing, I'm not going to pick against the Chiefs in some part of my body until they prove that they can't win the AFC. Like, I feel silly every time I pick against them because Mike Tomlin has magic, Andy Reid has magic,
And
Mahomes
yet,
has magic.
there is no Kansas City logo on this screen. I mean, this is making the
Gotta cover
point.
all your bases.
Is this finally the year one of those two? For me,
Where's
look,
your pick, Green? What's going on?
No, I reserve the right to not have to do that. I don't. Absent my own rooting interest, obviously we all know where that is, and no one's not going to be a whole lot of Jet logos on this screen.
Yeah.
I hope one of those two guys, whether it's Josh or Lamar, I'd love to see one of them finally break through and win it, and then the other one do it the following year.
Yeah.
Because just watching them fall just this excruciatingly short every single year has been tough. I want to go to a few more. Some win totals. These are the over-under totals at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. The Miami Dolphins, their win total is 8.5. Now, that sounded high to me when you consider that, like, Minnesota is 8.5. I will point out they've gone over that number 4 of the last 5 years. But D Wood, you like the under?
Listen, I've said, like, this year, Mike McDaniel's on the hot seat because I don't get. We talked about vibes earlier in the show. I don't get good vibes from the Miami Dolphins. They had, locker room. Jalen Ramsey wanted to get out of there. You just see a lot of players. There's like conflict between players and coaches and stuff like that.
The Tyreek Hill stuff.
Tyreek Hill stuff. The quarterback and the wide receiver. I just don't see it with Miami.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about Miami, too. And I think we all know we're going to at some point end up talking about the quarterback. And in that situation, we have a quarterback who obviously is a huge injury risk. Aside from the quarterback, even when he's healthy, I don't think this team is great. And you have to run the risk of him having to miss some games this season. I think this team, right around 8.5, I would probably feel safer with the under with things going poorly than I think that they overachieve.
Yeah, I'm also looking at the end of their schedule, and I think 3 of their last 4 games, or at least 3 in the last month or so, are on the road in cold weather cities, including Monday Night Football, believe, in Pittsburgh. Their AC is going to break in Miami if that's how they're going to prepare in their indoor facility. Like, those are those intangibles, though, that you have to measure and consider because we know that Miami is not a good cold weather team. And you're telling me at the end of the year, on the road, in these tough environments, in the cold, that they're going to get there? I don't see it.
So interesting to me because you see at the bottom of your screen there, don't confuse ESPN analytics. Those are our stat nerds. That's Hembo and his crew. They're breaking down those kind of numbers. And then Vegas has a different knack for these things.